Stack of books always works as a home decorating accessory. You know, we've seen them grouped by color in the bookcase, grouped, by category, laid flat, stand-up style like we see in the library. The spines can go out, the spines can turn in. Basically, the book has our back, right? So what a happy accident when your favorite quote literally jumps off the page in a new way to use those old books. We have a do-it-yourself way to accessorize with books that will make your friends say, "How'd you do that?" Kristine McKay is our designer. So good to see you, my friend.
Oh, it's so good to be back.
So tell us what you've done.
Okay, so I thought I'd do a little bit of a flashback because I use books so much in my home decor.
They're a staple.
And this is actually one that I did for Studio 5 for Valentine's Day.
There it is.
So you can do it for holidays. Here's one that I did, flashback, Studio 5, St. Patrick's Day. So books are a really cheap and inexpensive and fun way to use in the home. So I was challenged to kind of incorporate some of my favorite quotes and words. So I love the quote. I think it goes, "Not all who wander are lost," something like that.
Yes.
So I split the quote out into 3 different sections, and I put it on the spine of each book. So I put, "It's okay to wander, it's okay to get lost, it's about the journey."
So you took that quote that inspires you, means something to you, spread it out, and actually laid it on the book spine.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
These I actually covered with paper. I've seen ones that are done with chalk paint that are absolutely gorgeous.
Just painted right on the book?
You can paint right on the book. Absolutely stunning. So I wanted to kind of go with that theme and pick out some of my favorite words. Did you have a favorite word?
A favorite word?
I know, we're going to put you on the spot.
I haven't thought, I'm going to have to think about that. I always love words that sound like what they mean. There's a name for that. What is it?
Onomatopoeia?
Yes, those words.
I don't even know where I came up with
words.
that.
Wow, Kristine.
Wow, we did. Today's the smart show day. I'm being inspired.
Totally is. What's your favorite word?
So my favorite words, I put them on here, and they're kind of random. But this first one is, and I'm probably not gonna say it right, but it's chiaroscuro. And what it means, and it's art, and it's light and dark. And I think of that in life. We have to have our happiness and our challenges and trials. So I love that word.
I do too now.
Then the next,
can I adopt your word? I like that one.
The next one is to sonder, and that is a moment when you just walk by someone and you realize that everyone else is experiencing life in that same intense way that you are.
Oh.
They're not just surrounding beings.
Sort of a connection.
Yeah, and then the last one that I just love is saudade, and it means just having a nostalgic feeling or longing.
Saudade.
So those are I actually have bracelets with those words. Those are just 3 of my favorite words. So you can use those, you can use more like the faith, hope, happiness, love, just random ones like that.
Well, it's fun to admire these. How did you actually get the words on the books?
So that's what I wanted to talk about really quickly. Now, I do want to just say that it doesn't matter what brand you use, but I definitely, if you're going to use paper, I would say use book binding glue. This was just one that, and I just started it already, but if you have an embossing machine, you can emboss it with wood grain to get more texture. But the spine is kind of where the fun part comes in.
Does any paper work?
Any paper works, and I use thicker paper, I use lighter weight paper. I think the lighter weight paper worked a little better.
Okay.
Now, as far as the spine goes, if you liked the design on those books right there, you can go to the Studio 5 website and you can get a free printable. And this was actually from a public use library archive. And here's a fun way that you can do it. If you use spray mount, you can actually spray mount fabric onto paper as a carrier sheet.
Just that adhesive spray?
Yep, and put it through your printer. And now you actually have these great, almost like gaffer tape book spines. And then, of course, you can take those words out and replace them with the ones that you want to. So that's a fun way.
I know it's not a new thing, but the fact that you can, it's a reminder, you can run fabric through your printer. It's a cool texture to add to projects like this.
And it really is fun. Now, another way is if you just want to print it out on your printer. I know a big question that people will ask is, okay, I have this piece of paper.
There's my spine, my template.
I want the sentiment to be exactly right here. How do I get it on? And so kind of following the same concept, you just print it out on a blank piece of paper. So this is your carrier sheet. Then you'll just line this up, go up to the window or if a light box, line it up exactly where you want to see it, tape it down with some washi tape, run it back through the printer, and it'll print exactly where you want it to be.
Easy peasy, yes.
Easy. And then, of course, probably the easiest way of all is just simply to use rub-ons. I mean, there's so many cute rub-ons these days. Enjoy every moment, this life, and so that's another really fun way to do it. Now, one of the things you were asking me about lighter weight paper or heavy paper.
Yeah.
this is what's interesting about paper is we know about scoring and making hard lines, but with this where you want to make a curved line around the spine, it's really interesting. Paper is made up of fibers, and so this may sound really weird, but you want to stretch those fibers out and just curl it back and forth until those fibers are kind of more malleable.
Stretch out your paper. That's a new one for me.
Right?
We massage our kale. We stretch out our paper.
Yeah, you need to massage your paper, and so then when you actually adhere that onto the spine, you're not going to have any rough lines or edges.
That makes sense, though. That makes sense.
But it's all about, I think, recycling books. My favorite book quote is by Louis L'Amour, and it goes something like this. It says, it says we live but one life, but if you read, you live 1,000 lives. And it's so true. And so I love that you can bring books and surround your family with that.
Let me ask you really quickly, we're out of time, but with these rub-ons, would that actually work? I know every book's different. Would it actually work to rub it right on the original cover?
Well, funny that you said that. That right there is actually a rub-on. So
and this is the original cover?
No. So I just covered this with a map, and then I put the rub-on.
Could you put it on the original cover, do you think?
I think if it wasn't too textured, you absolutely could.
Just if you want to
So if you
preserve
want to put some gold ones or silver,
there
absolutely.
it is. I like this idea. It's bringing those words to life, literally jumping off the pages. Kristine, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Look for that download on our website, studio5.ksl.com.